Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're looking at, well, one of those really taxing situations, trying to support someone who's dealing with chronic or maybe severe pain, and it's making them irritable or angry, short-tempered.
Right, it's incredibly difficult. And our goal here in this deep dive is really to understand what's going on underneath that behavior. It's about getting to the neurological reality.
Yeah, exactly. We want to synthesize what the sources say so we can learn how to, separate the person from that symptom, the pain symptom.
Which is just so vital, especially if you're in any kind of support role, formal or informal. You really need to internalize the physiological reasons for these shifts, because that helps you respond with genuine compassion, with emotional intelligence, and honestly, it protects you too from burnout while helping the person you're there for.
Okay, so let's unpack that core idea the sources really hammer home, this difficult behavior. It's often not a conscious choice, right? It's not a personal attack aimed at you.
Not at all. It's presented as a genuine physiological symptom, a neurological reality. And the person going through it, they often feel immense shame, maybe isolation. They might even be terrified by their own feeling of losing control.
That loss of control.
Yeah.
What are the mechanics there? What's happening?
Well, think about it. Chronic pain essentially forces the body into this constant state of stress. It keeps activating the stress response system, flooding it with hormones like adrenaline.
So you get stuck, perpetually stuck in fight or flight.
Exactly. And that prolonged state, it dramatically ramps up anxiety and just lowers the bar for frustration. Everything feels harder to cope with.
And there's something really kind of shocking in the research about brain structure itself.
Yes, this is crucial. The sources are clear. Chronic pain isn't just felt in the body, it can physically change the brain, specifically the prefrontal cortex.
That's the part that helps with emotional regulation, right? The brain's sort of brake pedal.
Precisely. And it can actually lose gray matter volume. That structure changes.
Wow. So that directly impacts emotional control, makes it physically harder.
It's significantly harder. It's less about willpower at that point and more about this neurological shift. And importantly, this often doesn't happen in isolation. Think about conditions like fibromyalgia. There's a really strong link there with emotional lability, those very quick, intense mood swings plus profound fatigue. It all piles up.
Okay. So if the behavior has these deep neurological roots, then how we respond needs to be grounded too, in emotional intelligence, or EI as the sources call it.
Absolutely. Before you can effectively help someone else in that state, you have to manage your own internal response. It starts with self-awareness.
Recognizing your own triggers, your own frustration building up.
Yes. And then self-regulation, managing that frustration. The sources directly link your ability to avoid burnout to these EI skills. We've all felt it, haven't we? You're tired, maybe stressed, and the first interaction is hostile.
Yeah, the instinct is to get defensive.
But if you do that, you're just mirroring their fight or flight. You've joined the cycle. The most powerful thing you bring is actually your own calm presence. So the first step, always, before reacting, just take a deep breath, center yourself. You're essentially using your regulated nervous system to help anchor theirs.
Okay, practical stuff then. The playbook. What do you actually do when things get tense?
Body language is huge. Non-threatening posture. So avoid standing over someone, especially if they're sitting or in bed. That towering feeling is intimidating.
And pull up a chair, baby. Sit down.
Exactly. And position yourself slightly angled, maybe 45 degrees, not directly face to face, which can feel confrontational.
And then there's the script. What to say. The sources mention validating the feeling but setting a boundary around the behavior.
That's the core strategy. Validate first. Something like, I can really see how much pain you're in right now. I want to help. Or maybe, I get that this is incredibly frustrating for you. Acknowledge their reality.
And then right after that, the gentle boundary.
Gently but clearly. For instance, when you raise your voice, it makes it really hard for me to focus and actually hear what you need from me. Connect the behavior to the consequence for you trying to help.
Makes sense. And just as important, what not to say. The avoid list.
Oh, definitely. Never ever say calm down. It's invalidating and usually has the opposite effect.
Right. And avoid accusations like you're just being ungrateful or judgmental questions.
And this is critical. Never resort to threats. Even seemingly mild ones like, if you keep this up, I'll have to call the office, or I'm going to leave if you talk to me like that.
Why are threats so damaging in this context?
Because they shatter trust. Think about it.
Yeah.
This person is already feeling betrayed by their own body, struggling with a loss of control. A threat, any threat, reinforces that feeling of being unsafe, of being abandoned when they're vulnerable. It's devastating.
So, pulling this all together, these tough moments, they aren't failures in care.
Not at all. They're actually opportunities. Opportunities for really compassionate, intelligent care. And your emotional stability, your calm presence, becomes one of the most vital tools they have access to.
You become the stable anchor when their own world feels chaotic and out of control.
Perfectly put. So here's something to think about, a final thought to take away from this deep dive. If we accept that the person in chronic pain is already fighting this desperate battle against losing control over their body, their emotions, their behavior, why do you think threats, even subtle ones about withdrawing support or leaving, damage the relationship so profoundly? Why does it hit that nerve of abandonment and safety so hard? Something to reflect on.